Good afternoon. Welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this afternoon. Let me just get this other match up just to see where that kicks off video. Because I know that a lot of people will be watching this Sevco game. I better turn that down. Craig Gordon back on the bench for that lot. Anyway, we'll leave that there just to see what happens with that, because a lot of people will be watching that game. And just get everything ready for the Celtic team that's going to be announced shortly. Thank goodness. How do you feel about the game today? Tell me in the comments section. We'll get the comments up in a minute. Let's just see what Celtic are sent it this afternoon. The Celtic fans will be making their way to the game. The Celtic Fans Collective are having the demonstration today. Also, the boys Ultras group are having a winter clothing collection today also, I believe, from 1 p.m. until kickoff on the Celtic Way. They're asking for warm jackets, warm footwear, especially sizes 7 and 8. It's toughy small feet people, size 7 and 8. Looking for men's hoodies, men's joggers, toiletries, and men and women's warm footwear. Why are they specifically asking for sizes 7 and 8? It's a bit strange. They must have asked the people that they're going to give to. Interesting. Right, let's get the Celtic social media account up. Talking about Matchday, Celtic Aberdeen. Strange, because Celtic Aberdeen games are usually, I can remember there being a 9-0 Celtic Aberdeen game in a December. I'm sure I was hungover that day. If I remember right, it was a long time ago. There have been high scoring Celtic Aberdeen games in December. Will today be one of those high scoring games? I seem awfully close to everything today. Let's get back here. The screen seems a lot thingy. But anyway, Shin Yamada hat trick today. You can feel it. I'm not even going to try and predict the team. I'll wait until it is announced by Celtic. There's no point in trying to predict what this manager would do in any game. Never mind trying to guess his formation. I mean, I thought his formation might be a 3-4-3, but I don't know if he will change it for Aberdeen. Let me just check that everything else is up and running, getting ready for the game. I need to put the latest news thing in. I'll just leave that up just now, and then we'll put the team up once it is announced. Let me go back to the comments. We'll get some of the comments up. Back the club, back the team, back brother Wilfred. If we lose today, do we sack the manager? If we lose today, his position's untenable, surely. I mean, Chris Sutton's been saying that it's untenable. I think that if he wins today... Where did that alarm come from? That's good. What was that? That was a bit strange. There's an alarm went off there. Was that on my system, or was it outside? I don't even know what that was. But if we lose today, does the manager's position become untenable at Celtic? I mean, does he ultimately need to be sacked? I think that's the big question. Can he survive today? What is that noise? Two seconds. I'm just getting some. Sure, there's no screens open. Afternoon. Just saying afternoon. Hail, Numpty has to win today. If not, he has to go. Remember that 9-9 game? Yep. That was in December, wasn't it? If Casper's in goals, I'm getting back on the train home. Might be another 9-0 with their back threes. Yeah, it could be. Helen, good afternoon to you. That's when Celtic were a good team, not like the shite we're saying now. Oh, are we really that bad? Are the players that bad? Yeah, they are, aren't they? It's it's not a grand old team to play for with regards to the support. That is for sure. I'm gonna get Celtic up on Instagram also, see what comes up first. But yeah, give me your score predictions. I don't want OBS, close that back down, force quit. We're on about 9 minutes until the Celtic team does kind of. Susan Boyle to play up front. You might as well play Susan Boyle up front, to be honest. I mean, I know that's it's a bit of a comedy thing, but if Namsi doesn't win today, he'll be sacked. Do you think? Yes. No, because I think that Celtic have given him a certain amount of games. And I think if it gets close, anywhere close to the New Year game, and does he get sacked before the Rangers game, or is this manager allowed to play Rangers? Do you know? Does he get the Rangers game? Are you convinced that he can, if he turns it around today? Are you convinced that he can win against the likes of Rangers? He couldn't do it against Hearts. Yeah, Tony, it's all good. 2-0. Oh, I hope it's 2-0. I'm not convinced that Celtic can win today. Doesn't matter what teams he puts out. McGregor's Offski. No one wants to be there. Is he Offski? Talk of Kyogo to make a return. Yang going to Birmingham. I hope Kyogo doesn't return. Kyogo wanted away from Celtic. I think bringing Kyogo back would be a massive mistake. He's the same player that downed tools at Celtic. He's the same player that took a huff. He's still got that dodgy shoulder. All the reasons that we got in Adam Ida. He's really seriously considering the return of Kyogo as the answer to Celtic. If that's, Jerry, if that's, no disrespect, mate, but if you think that that's the answer, the whole club's fucked. From expectations to the supporters to everything. The board will do what's best for them and honor the fans and the team. When did we last lose 3 games in a row at home? Oh. Win, lose or draw, faithful through and through. Yeah, you can still be faithful through and through, but you can want the manager out the door. You can want the manager out the door, surely. Let's do a quick poll. This is going to see it. This is going to be mad. Because it'll tell me a lot about the mentality of a lot of youth people in there. And the quick poll: do you want Kyogo back at Celtic? Take me back again. Wherever I I didn't mean it. Won't you take me back for good? Kyogo's singing at this very moment. 77% say no, 27% say yes. Oh, there's some sanity out there. With 55 votes, 59 votes straight on, 64 votes now. So would you take Kyogo back? A bit like the Take That song. Would you take him back? Forget what he said, forget what he did. He didn't mean it. Would you take me back for good? It's like bringing an ex back. Fuck that shit. You never go back. We need to get 4-0 up the first half so we can throw it away in the second half. Yeah, this is very, very true. Whatever happens, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah, same to you, mate. I will be doing videos up until Christmas Day. You look at the games that are coming up thick and fast for Celtic. It is a Merry Christmassy time of year, isn't it? Goodwill to all men. goodwill to all men? Do we give goodwill to Wilfred Nancy? Of course we do. He's the manager of the club. But if he does the unthinkable, I mean, the 27th of December, we're away to Livingston. Surely he's got to win that. The big game's Motherwell for me. Motherwell, will we drop any points and Motherwell can go ahead of us? The unthinkable could happen here. We could beat Aberdeen. We could beat Livingston. And we think we're in a good place. We then lose to Motherwell and we lose to Rangers. That puts us down in 4th position in the league on the 3rd of January. He has to go then. And so do members of the board that would then have to have their heads looked at. Because that is just... And then going back to Dundee United on the 10th of January. I mean, when you look at the games coming thick and fast, I'm not convinced that we're going to... It's got 4th in the league written all over it for me. Seriously has. It's got 4th in the league written all over it. When you look at that games coming up, I'm not convinced that we can win against Aberdeen. We might get a draw. We might get some kind of freak result against Aberdeen. We might win against... I'd expect us to win against Livingston. Motherwell. At Motherwell. I'll take Motherwell all day long. Rangers at Celtic Park. I've never been so unconvinced by a manager to... It's not even worth thinking about. It's not even worth thinking about, I think, personally. But never mind. I'm just a YouTube commentator and who plies his trade. But yeah, happy Christmas and happy New Year to you. When it comes, kid keeper, I think he needs to be sacked so we still have a chance to redeem the season. Oh. For all of Nancy's failings, we've missed so many sitters, which he can't legislate for. Yeah, this is true. It's true. We'll play a 1-1-5-1. 2-0 Aberdeen. Don't have faith in the manager or the team. Sabotage, no notifications. Johnny Kenny should play. But I know he won't. Yeah, I think he should be given a starting berth. He is the only striker we've got. You've got to build the confidence of that young man up. You've got to have a manager that does give him the belief going forward that he has what it takes to be a Celtic striker in the future, not just now. I think it's unfair that Johnny Kenny has been put under the pressure that he's in for such a young lad, not having an older, more experienced striker to look up to learn from. Johnny Kenny's been thrown in way at the deep end, and I just think that it's not... I just hope it doesn't damage his long-term Celtic career, because I think that long-term, the guy could have a fantastic career at Celtic. But people will have all got their own opinions. And people will say he's never a Celtic player. Right, apologies, I am going to jump through the end of the comments because the Celtic team will be up in a couple of 30 seconds. 3-1 Celtic, says Isabel. Disallowed VAR. The dark side 1-0 up. You're having a laugh. Jesus. Who cares about them? The Celtic team is coming up any minute. We're not capable of going on a win and run with this manager and need these players. 4 defeats in a row. Might be a wee hint. Yeah, I think so. Right, Celtic, get the team out. You have around about 30 seconds until the Celtic team is announced. And then hopefully everything will be updated on this in about 10 minutes time. Or quicker. Look at the number of goals Casper's conceded. Tell me about it. He's conceded an unbelievable... Kasper Schmeichel is in goals for Celtic today, unfortunately, Celtic fans. Yeah, Kasper Schmeichel's in goals. Trusty Benji Nigrin Yang I wish they would just put the team out in the correct order, playing order, rather than this Americanization. He's not American. He keeps telling us he's freaking French. Put the team out like a proper French setup, then, you absolute idiot. That's nonsense that they keep on putting the team out in this crazy order. There's the team up there. There's the team: Schmeichel, Trusty, Benji, Yang, McCowan, Kenny. Johnny Kenny does start. Arnie Engels, Dyson Maeda, and Callum McGregor, Ralston, and Tierney. So it looks like a back three of Trusty, Ralston, Tierney. And in the middle, you're going to have Yang, McCowan, Engels, Callum McGregor. And the front three is going to be Yang. It's going to be Yang, Dyson Maeda, and Johnny Kenny through the middle. So tell me what you think about that. Nancy's arrogant and clueless. How can you keep playing Schmeichel? He is the number one goalkeeper at Celtic. I don't think you should blame Scales, same as playing him wrong. I've never blamed Scales for anybody today, for anything. I've never even mentioned Scales today. It shows you. But Scales is on the bench. Yeah, Liam Scales is on the bench. On the bench is Sinisalo, Simpson, Pussy, Scales on the bench again. Shin Yamada, Inamura. What? Inamura makes the bench. Paulo Bernardo dropped. Why is Paulo Bernardo being dropped? Dane Murray, James Forrest, and Donovan. Donovan's on the bench. Imagine being a centre back who can't get in the team playing a three centre backs. I guess he'll be back to Man City in January. Look at Scales getting dropped. I'm giving up. Honestly, I'm at the stage now. I just want the manager gone. I'm fed up with this nonsense, putting the team out like this. What is this? What is this? Honestly, put it out in the proper. Someone at Celtic should just rearrange it. I mean, are we really allowing this man to change everything? Do you know, you put it out in numerical order. No, you don't. You put it out in formation order so that the fans understand or have at least an indication of what the team is. I said I wasn't going to get angry today. He's already pissed me off. I'm guessing it's the 3-4-3 again. Yeah, it is. Another loss incoming. Today is the day that we get rid of Wilfred Nancy. I'm sorry, but I've no confidence in this manager at all now. So would losing be so bad if it means he's gone? Still time to save the season even more. So if Hearts and the Zombies draw, Baz, that's the positions they're playing in. It's a new system. This is Nancy's last chance, Baz. I don't honestly. Over the 5 years that I've run this channel in this format, um, I don't think I've ever been so disheartened. Even when during the season of the 10, even when Ange left, I've never. We always say that Celtic's bigger than one man. There's no one person bigger than the club. We've allowed one man to drag us down to this really, really dark place. There's no way the team are taking this guy seriously. He's tripping at his head. I'm telling you. Yes, Baz is telling it as Nancy's rotten. He's got to prove he's worth keeping to the last chance. I'm sick of him. I can't. The whole formation thing is done it for me. This what is this fucking nonsense? I've no idea where Paulo Bernardo's dropped. I think the Paulo Bernardo is better than Dyson. Well, he's got McCowan in midfield. He's got Arnie Engels in midfield. Wait a minute. Where's Rio Hatate? Where is Rio Hatate? Rio Hatate's not even on the bench. Shock horror. Is Rio Hatate injured? Wow. Never even noticed that one there. Rio Hatate is not even on the bench. The so-called best player must be injured. Whoa. I hope it's not going to be one of these ones. Fuck this. I'm not playing for this manager. He's fucking wank. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's hard for me to get motivated. I have no confidence in the fucking squad. I don't think it's the squad. That bench is terrible. It is. I'm going to tell it as it is. The bench is terrible. Shin Yamada, he couldn't score in the brothel. Inamura, not fancied at Celtic at all. It's alleged that Inamura is going to be sold back to Japan in the next transfer window. Simpson Posey, I don't know why he's even at Celtic. Scales on the bench. There's no goals on the bench. No goals at all. I don't know where people think that we're going to score goals from, because the only two goal scorers that we've got are on. There's nothing on that bench. Hi Baz, this is Brian's wife. My answer is get Martin on the board. Need someone there that knows about football rather than a businessman. Yeah, yep. Brian's wife. Whatever you could have told us your name, just rather than saying Brian's wife. Does he get to do anything himself? I need to do something to make me laugh today. Sorry, and it's you've Brian's got the brunt of it. Feel for Brian. Is he like Paulo Bernardo? Picture of Paulo Bernardo. No, that's the knife one. Yeah, is Brian like Paulo? She does everything for me. She even texts for me. Oh, it's such a good life. Apologies to Brian's wife. And I'm like, geez. Callum should get the huddle together and tell them just to play. Nah. What's the atmosphere going to be like? Rubbish. Last chance, hurrah. Benji and goal. Casper controlling the midfield. The board's approach again is one of the cheapest options from the MLS of all places. I don't think he was the cheapest option. I do not think it was the cheapest option. I think you can understand from the way that he had his team playing in America and his achievements in getting his team to the North American version of the Champions League final. Maybe that they looked at that and the fact that he is a young manager coming in. I'm going to try and give you the way that the Celtic board may have the mindset of the Celtic board, and personally trying to understand it myself. And I think that they would be looking at him and looking at his short time in management. And I'm going to say they may have looked at Mourinho in his younger days and the fact that Mourinho managed to beat Celtic with Porto, who everyone thought that Celtic would walk all over Porto in the Europa that year. And then they went on to the Champions League. They automatically qualified for the Champions League and they won the Champions League the following year. Maybe someone snorted a big line of cocaine in the boardroom, or they just put lines out for everyone just for shits and giggles, and they all believed this nonsense that he was the answer. Maybe someone mixed up creatine rather than the sugar. Somebody brought out their creatine and went, oh, fucking, then somebody put the sugar with your tea, coffee, yeah, and filled them full of creatine, and they're all sitting at they're like, Wilfred Nancy's fucking man, fucking yeah, Wilfred Nancy, fucking tea's get the day, man. Maybe something like that happened, and Wilfred Nancy ended up being the Celtic manager, but I don't think he was the cheapest option. Just We're making shit up now, aren't we? Remember when Ange joined, he lost his first matches. Fergie didn't win anything at United until he's six. I don't even want to try and put this man in anywhere near Ange. Oh, fucking, you can't put him anywhere near Fergie. Come on, Fergie run Aberdeen to glory days in Europe and stuff, and way better than what they are now. That's crazy, chap, son, fella. Come on. Don't listen to Wilfred Pino. Yeah, I don't even want to listen to him. Sorry, Baz. This doesn't fill me with confidence. Doesn't fill me with it either. Did he much? The poison dart, frog spaced out. Ah, five defenders. Five defenders on the bench. Yeah, five defenders on the bench. Tells you how bad it is. Big Willie's already had 2 bottles of Bucky. Oh, I wish I did. Bring Fozzie back. One of the most sensible comments of the day. Why is Bernardo dropped again? He's got energy and fight other players don't have. This is true. Paulo's pay dropped because the ransom wasn't paid. Yes, Paulo Bernardo was dropped by this lot because they're holding Paulo Bernardo yeah, as hostage. They've held Paulo Bernardo as hostage, and his pre-arranged speech that was put out by Celtic TV wasn't convincing enough for the fans to. Oh, Jesus. Can't bear the thought of dropping points again today. Can't listen to this guy. Wilfred Nancy, I'm talking about, not you, Bazza. Yeah, exactly. This I can't listen to me myself sometimes. The missus can't listen to me. She shuts the door over. What's a formation? It's not a formation. Yeah. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Wilfred Nancy. Yay. Let me just double check this and see if they have the teams. There's the teams up lists. And Rangers are currently on 30 points along with Motherwell on the table there. And Rangers on 39 points. It's a great day for Celtic. Celtic FC are on 32. Back to back, head to head, sorry. August, Aberdeen got beaten by Celtic 2-0 in May. In May, remember May this year? Aberdeen drew with Celtic. 14th of May, 2025. Aberdeen 1, Celtic 5. The team, that looks pretty much the way that the team's going to set up. Maeda, Johnny Kenny up front. Rio Hatate. Hatate's not playing, mate. What the hell's that lineup? Oh, come on, Mr. Producer. Well, that wasn't a projected lineup that you've put up, Mr. Producer Man. You've got it's come on, that's can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Let's get that back down to that sorted. Go back onto that. I'll be sorted for the time of it. Let's get back into the comments, right? Engels is pure shite. We'll have our own opinions. We'll have our own opinions. Hatate's in Birmingham. Well, we're hoping it. Hatate away in January. Hope so. Hope he is. Oh, that's the predicted lineup. Oh, that was the predicted lineup. Well, sort of. It's not. It's the real lines out. Look at the midfield. Look at our midfield bench. When you look at the midfield bench, it's what midfield? You've got Paulo Bernardo. He's the best player to come on in the midfield. I mean, imagine bringing Inamura on in that midfield. You've got Forrest. I can't take I just don't know where to take the positives. Um, let's see if it updates. Um, see Bernie's pub here. I'm on the big screen in Bernie's pub in Oslo. Big up Bernie's pub in Oslo. Ah, oh madness! Big up Bernie's pub in Oslo. We are live on in Bernie's pub in Oslo. That's maybe the best thing that could happen today. Being live on Bernie's pub in Oslo. I'm going to keep that one. We'll get that one back up. Shocking looking at the team. Should still be enough to beat Aberdeen at Celtic Park, though. That doesn't beat being live on Bernie's pub in Oslo. I'm just going to go back to that. Just keep that one on. Oh, I bet there's like 2 people in Bernie's pub. North Celt, you need to tell me how many people. Bernardo should be in for Yang. Yes, he should. Rearrange Nancy to Canny. Oh, don't. Don't do that. Has he ever worked Rauschen in the last 3 games? I doubt he has. Probably pull his hamstring, and hamstrings flying about like the cold at Celtic. Sinisalo could be off soon, which could be a shame. Yep. 9 subs on the bench, 5 of them are defenders. Yep. Hitate's been invited to the family do with Michelle. Nah, that's in a hun part of he'll not go over there. Hitate's having a wee drink with Yang's missus. Oh, booyaka. Not Johnny Kerry again. Yes, he's the only striker that we've. What? Bring back Kyogo. We are doing a live poll. Do you think that we should be bringing back Kyogo Furiashi? Peter Hughes, will get to you in a second. 62% say no, we should not be bringing back Kyogo Furiashi. And 38% say yes, we should be bringing in Kyogo Furiashi. There is 313 votes. I'm going to run this one for about another half hour. So let's see if we can get. There's been over 1,500 people on the live. A lot of people jumping back off to watch telly, obviously. People can't do 2 things at once. Give me your honest answer in the poll. We've got 315 votes. There's 468 people on. There's been 1,585 people on the live so far. Do you think that Celtic Football Club should bring back Kyogo Furiashi? Kyogo Furiashi, who has the dodgy shoulder. Kyogo Furiashi, who wanted away from Celtic, told Celtic around about 10 months previous that he's not going to come back to Celtic. Do you know? And to the 38% say yes, I take it you're all single and you're trying to get your exes back. To the 63% say no, fair play to you. Common sense has prevailed. Peter, let's get to Peter. Peter's coming in with the super chat. Peter says, I think we should have Nancy in goals. Lowell left the board so he can play striker. Martin and Neil play centre. And yeah, it is as ludicrous as what it is, isn't it? It's just everything at Celtic's just unbelievable. 336 votes. 62% say no, they do not want Kyogo back. And 38% say yes. 339 votes. Let's see if we can get it up to. Can we get it to 500? We'll wait and see. It's at 340 at the minute. Let's have a look at some of the Celtic headlines after that crazy. Team news: Nancy makes 2 changes but stands by his 4-3-4. Yep. Celtic confirm starting a lineup, and there's a midfielder missing. There is a midfielder missing, and we'll probably hear in around about. Will we hear before? Will Wilfred Nancy speak to Celtic TV before the game today? I don't. Is it on normal telly? I think it was just on Celtic TV. He has been talking to some media. Let me just shut this down. Jump back into the chats. The draw's the best result, so we can get in that game. Bring back Kyogo if he's free. No, no, that's crazy, man. Honestly, it's Kyogo's not scored in 19 games from, and he didn't score at Rennes either. He was woeful at Rennes, and Rennes went, "We've been sold a dud." You know, so I don't. You'd be as well bringing back Lee Griffiths. Yeah. Kyogo up front with Ralston. That would go down well. Kyogo was a great servant, but his time, he was dropping off more than he could hit a barn door in a one-on-one. It was absolutely bonkers. 4-3-4, yeah, is that. Did Nancy play football? Yes, he did. He told us. He's told us on many occasions that, look, I played football at France. I nearly went to Carlisle to play football. Did he say? I think he said that, didn't he? But yeah, he did. He did play football at a lower level. He wasn't of a great standard. He did know a certain French player from his time youth player. Bring back Greg Taylor. That's maybe the best comment yet. Play Greg Taylor on the wide in the midfield. Yes, that is our team, James. That is our team. This is Wilfred Nancy. This is Wilfred Nancy's team at Celtic. Why would I put up a fake team? Take Kyogo back in a second, says Joseph. Sorry for comparing Nancy to Ange and Fergie, but I'm just trying to give us hope. Says Kid Keeper. I've lost all hope, mate. And it's quite. Yeah, I hope you're right. I hope he can turn it around. But when we go back to the up and coming games, I have no. There's nothing for the first time in a long time. I've not felt like this since the 1990s, to be honest. Even under previous managers that haven't done too well, Ronnie Dyler was never this bad. When you go back to Tony Mowbray, I didn't even feel that bad under Tony Mowbray. When you look at the games coming up, Aberdeen today, I'm not convinced that we can. If we get a good performance and we get a result today, he's given himself the Celtic manager's job at Christmas. Livingston, if he can't beat Livingston, there's no hope for the man. So I'd expect him, if he gets the result today, I expect him to beat Livingston. The real test is the Motherwell game. The Motherwell game for me is a must-win. Motherwell will be wanting to close. They'll be wanting to overtake Celtic in the league. They believe that they can do that. Celtic do not put the fear into anyone at all. And then we play Rangers on the 3rd of January. And by the time we play Rangers, if Rangers do beat us at Celtic Park, that would put us down into 4th position in the league. We then play Dundee United at Celtic Park on Saturday the 10th of January. Normally at this time of year, I'm quite confident of Celtic going on a run. Even last year when we dropped a couple of games, I didn't see us losing these games, but we had the bad run. This year, December's been just a complete. I've never known a December like it. Never. Celtic always get their way through the team in December. They always get some good results, and then we've now got Ralston up front. What the hell's that? Ralston's not going to be playing. What is going on with this thing? Let me just wait till this changes again. I'm going to keep the default one up. Because that's just unbelievable. Right, let's jump on it. How can he drop Bernardo? No idea. I can't believe I'm sitting here hoping I win for Christmas. Absolutely a fall from grace. Tell me about it. Ralston's pure pish. Yep. I forgot what 4-3-3 was because yeah. if we brought back Kyogo, Nancy would play him in goal. More than likely, he'd maybe take one look at Kyogo and go, "Nah, young lad, you're not good enough for Celtic." And he'd say, "But I scored all these goals. It doesn't matter. I'm going to play you. This is the position that I see you playing in." We are sitting in 385 votes. Do you want Kyogo back at Celtic? 38% say, 37% say yes, 38% say yes, 62% say no. Stephen Johnson's in the house. How are you, Stephen? Don't be coy. Be coy big. More Ola La Pish after the Aberdeen win. Nah, I'm leaving. Just, yeah. Three at the back's an absolute joke. I don't think it is, actually. I don't think three at the back. Or are you saying the three at the back? The three at the back are a joke. I don't think. I've been an advocate of three at the back at Celtic Park for a long time. And now that we're getting three, it's not the fact that we're getting three at the back at Celtic Park. It's if we're going to play three at the back, play 3-5-2. Do you know? And at least give us a fighting chance. But we just don't have the players. I think it'd be mad going back for Kyogo. Too many rinse and repeats happening at Celtic just now. Yeah, this is true. You could understand my dog more than Nancy. You could understand my dog. Yeah, you could. But the best comment of the day so far has to go out to Nords Celtic. Got you live on the big screen in Bernie's Pub here in Oslo. Big up Bernie's Pub in Oslo. I'm buzzing for that. Absolutely buzzing. Right, we've got 395 votes. Let's see if we can get to 400 votes. And I'm going to close the poll. Lipple. 2-0 Hearts. People are coming up on the. I don't know how you can sing. I mean, that just. Cheering on Hearts, really? Is that how bad we've got? Let's get ready for the Celtic game. Open that one. Where is the Sevco game? Some cracking games on later today. Villarreal, Barcelona. Let's see if this, just double check. 46 minutes until kickoff. 46 minutes until kickoff. And what has that done to the league table? Because that should have updated. Let me just skip back to this. Yep, Hearts are way ahead in the league now. That's the only thing that's going right with that. And let me just double check that this has updated to the full team. Giving you the previous scores with Celtic Aberdeen over the years. It's not been, Aberdeen 1-1. Ralston's not playing up there. That setup's all wrong. Wait till I just WhatsApp. So Ralston up front. Ralston's not. This is the difference. This setup from Wilfred Nancy is confusing everyone. And my French producer can't even figure it out. That says something when a French producer can't even figure out what Wilfred Nancy's going. Wait, we're on 407 votes. We're going to keep the poll running. Do you want Kyogo back? 62%, 38%. It's still leaving with 400 votes. 38% of you are absolute mad. Mental. What's wrong with you? There's been over 2,000 people on the live this afternoon. Carlisle would beat Celtic just now. Yeah, they were. Take them belly back. Musa. Yeah, this is true. Two of my good friends got Papa Santa heat on. There we go. We can't get in the mindset of bringing ex-players back. We need to look forward. Yeah, totally. Definitely. Right, apologies, I'm going to jump through because there's a lot of folk talking about Hearts and Rangers, and I can't even be bothered with that. It's confusing Nancy. Yeah, it's confusing Nancy. It's confusing. Rangers back to normal. Hearts 65-year wait coming to an end. If that result does stay, and it's 2-0 to Rangers, 2-0 to Hearts over Rangers. Hearts are big contenders for the league. Hearts are major contenders for the league. Motherwell currently sitting above Rangers. They've played one game more, sitting on 30 points. And when you look at the live table, I mean, Hearts are sitting on 41 points now. Celtic are sitting on 32. So they do have the 2 games in hand. We need to win the games. I mean, the 2 losses in the league have been terrible. Hearts, on the other hand, have only won the last 2 of their last 5 games. So if Celtic had won all their games, we should have been sitting top of the league. It's as simple as that. But would have, could have, should have has no bearing at all on what is going on at Celtic, and I think that we just really need to focus on what's going on at Celtic. Is Michael playing up front? Yes, Michael's playing up front, and Tierney's in goals with Ralston, McGregor. Raid the academy. 62% mad like you, Baz, that don't want Kyogo back. Raid the academy for who? The academy at Celtic is now filled with 16 and 17-year-olds. You know, guess who's back? Huns raging again. Oh, God, I don't care about them. Really don't care. I don't wear my lucky boxers. We lack athleticism for positions. Wilfred Nancy's asking players to play in. Yeah. Don't care about incoming, and Nancy's still here. Apparently, he's been telling the players about their positions, like Yang. You know, right? But who replaces Nancy? Martin O'Neill until the end of the season. There's been a lot of chat over the last couple of days about if Wilfred Nancy is to go, Celtic will not then look for a new permanent full-time manager. What they will do is they'll bring back in Martin O'Neill, and they'll bring Sean Maloney as his assistant again, and maybe Fozzie, until the end of the season, which does allow Celtic to get a little bit of gives them time to try and then get the right man in with the right kind of experience playing European football. But then what is, if we bring Martin O'Neill in, it's not a long-term answer. Okay, we bring Martin O'Neill in the 4th of January after going down to 4th in the league. We then have to bring in players that will suit the system. We need 7 players brought in. What if we bring in 7 players like we did one summer and they're deemed not good enough? You know, we're on a slippy slope here of heading back to 1990s style stuff, because you then got people at the club that are making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. We need rid of Tisdale. We need rid of the finance guy, Chris Mackay. We need rid of CEO Nicholson. But then who do you bring in? This is the big. It's not who do you bring in as manager. It's who do we bring in everywhere else. Player of the year, Baz at Celtic. Mm, there isn't. I think until Brendan Rodgers left, I would have said it would have been Liam Scales because Liam Scales was our best player of the season so far. But Liam Scales is. Kyogo only plays in one particular setup. You saw that when Rodgers changed the system. It wasn't enough. It was to scupper Kyogo. The academy's in a state. Yep. More skunk than Nancy. I'm currently in France and still saying Nancy out. If Hearts score again, it could be a mauling for the Sevco. How many times will he be called over the touchline? How many times will who be called over the touchline? Callum. If he's called over any more than once or twice during the game, Callum needs to turn around and go, mate, you're fucking about with my football. I'm coming over having to talk to you and then go back and talk to players. You're fucking the rhythm of the team up, mate. Completely fucking it up. If I was Callum, when it gets to the second half of a game, I would just say to the players, right, look, lads, fuck his system. Fuck it. If we're getting beat at half time and we come back out and whatever Nancy says at half time, Callum has to come out and go to Casper and go, right, fuck it. We're going to go back to 4-3-3. We're going to go back to the way that we played before, the way that we're comfortable with playing. Forget everything that the manager's taught us. Let's just go back and play football the way that we know to play best and then try and save the game. But what that then does is it has the manager's backup. Because if you then go on to win the game against Aberdeen and that happens, the manager then goes, who the fuck decided that? Me, I'm the captain. Had enough of your pish, mate. I'm the manager. At loggerheads again. It's going to be a hard one. It's going to be a hard one. Unless we sign at least 6 first team players the first day of the window, the league is over. Is that? Friends always surrender. It's about time Nancy admits defeat. That's a poor one. That's bad. Player of the year. No idea. I'm going through that. I'm going to jump through the comments. We'll get beat again. There's not a lot of confidence. I'm absolutely unconvinced. Language, please. My grandpa's watching. Sorry. Did I swear? The missus told me to stop swearing on the channel. I would have a nail to the end of the season with Maloney. Couldn't do any worse. Nancy has a plan. No wins till May. Oh, don't say that. Maloney and Fotheringham. It could be. Is there a gathering outside Celtic Park? Yes, I believe that there is. Well, there would be anyway. It's 23 minutes past 2. He's actually playing McCown at centre back. I hope not. I hope not. 5-0, what happens next, Baz? If it's 5-0, yeah, exactly. Where's the goals coming from? Where are the goals coming from? Do you expect Johnny Kennedy to smash in a double against Aberdeen? Do you expect Dyson Maeda to hit in a double? Do you expect Arne Engels to hit in one? Hope they haven't booked Santa today. Nervous for that guy. Yeah, me too. I hope that they haven't. When are the Green Brigade allowed back in? Maybe when they start behaving and stop sneaking into games. You can't be banned from football and then still go into the games and expect the ban to just mysteriously disappear. Nancy's going for 10 in a row, 10 losses in a row. Celtic will win and Nancy will prove people wrong. Oh, a lot of confidence coming from Ross. I wish I had your confidence, mate. 5 losses, I mean. Yeah, I know what you meant, mate. Can't see us score more than 1 goal today. I'd be devastated, absolutely devastated if it was only 1-0. Right, we are sitting on 500. Oh, I missed it. 500. We got the 500 votes. Big up the 500. We've got 500 votes on the poll. Do you want Kyogo back? 63% say yes. No, I'm kidding. 63% say no, they do not want Kyogo back. And 37% say yes. 37% of yous are absolutely bonkers. 37% also want. Nah, just joking. 1-0 as long as we can hold on to that. Can we seriously hold on to a 1-0 lead? We won't keep a clean shot and won't score more than one today. Very true. Obviously, MSL is a Sunday league. When to do, don't care. Get Martin back now. Yeah, I think a lot of people are wanting back. 63% on numpties. 37% are off their head. Why would you want 1 in 3? Why would 1 in 3 want Kyogo back? You're mental. That's crazy, isn't it? Not going to the game, Baz. Going to Christmas shopping with a good lady. Says Paddy. I'd, I'd, this is the game that usually has a low attendance anyway, with a lot of people going Christmas shopping. Because let's face it, the big man, although he does bring presents, he doesn't bring them for you and your wife. Celtic should sign Cammy Devlin, the wee hun fucker for Hearts. Sorry, I'm going to get a square jaw. No, just surely not. Cammy Devlin. I don't think we'll get beat. I guarantee it, Baz. Why we rank with Kyogo? We have zero scouting network. Just agents telling us what players are. Yeah, I think that's what it is. If we're being linked with Kyogo, it tells me that our scouting network is nil and void. I bet they wouldn't ask Martin O'Neill again. They will ask Martin O'Neill, and if it all goes tits up, Martin O'Neill will be back at Celtic until the end of the season. From what is being said. But then again, it could just all be chat because no one has a real. Jan can't play on the right, Ralston behind him, Nightmare down the side. Yep, and I'm just going to change this just to see if the new scene has rectified itself with the setup. I don't even know if that's the right Aberdeen team, if it's set up yet. But as you can see, Hearts are currently sitting top of the table, 41 points, 9 points up front of Celtic. That's crazy. If Celtic do go into the win the league and we'll break Hearts for another 30, 40 years, it'll be fantastic. If we can do an Albert Kidd Mark II, it will be brilliant. There's the head-to-head with Rangers, Celtic and Aberdeen. Rangers are in 4th position as it stands. That is the head-to-head with Celtic and Aberdeen. It's all looking for a Celtic win, really, isn't it? Hopefully. What's everyone thinking? Really, win lost? Yeah, that team's no right because Ralston isn't playing in that position, and McCown isn't playing in the back line. If that's the team, we're fucked. Let me just come off that and jump on WhatsApp. It should update correctly. Right, let me just do this a second. And where is it? Where's the widget? I can't find it. Because it's not in that scene. I need to change scenes. Heads all over the place. Widget. I need to just update this. Just give me 2 seconds, and hopefully that should update. No, it's still got Ralston at the wrong position. Should be all sorted before the game kicks off. If not, I'm a little bit too happy. Hearts have scored 2 great goals. Is the protest still on? I believe so. If you'll probably see some stuff coming up on social media. Um, some folk are away to annoy Hun podcasts. Enjoy yourself. If we look at the current SPFL table, there is obviously the game going on before us today. Has it made any difference to the league? It has put Aberdeen. They're currently sitting in 6th position on 24 points. Celtic do play Aberdeen today. Aberdeen will know that if they win, they can go above Hibernian, who are on 25 points. Hibernian have played 18 games this season already. Celtic and Aberdeen have played 16 games. Hibernian fans should be raging. I mean, Hibernian should be way further up. They should be in 4th position. Let's be fair. If they'd won their games, the 2 games in hand. Celtic are sitting on 32 points. Celtic have obviously lost the last 2 games since Wilfred Nancy came into Celtic. If he does win 3, if he does lose 3 in a row in the league, it's time for him to go. Sorry. You can't lose. You can maybe give him a bye for the Europa League game because he doesn't. No, you can't. What's happened to Rio? Has he been dropped? He's not even on the bench, mate. He's not even on the bench. So for me, I think that it'll be interesting to see what the manager says on Celtic TV beforehand. And this is the monstrosity of a team that the manager, Wilfred Nancy, has given to us Celtic fans this Christmas. It's your gift from Christmas past. It's a gift from Christmas of whatever. I've got the fear for today. So have I, Dave. I've got a big fear. Um, it's weird that we still want Hearts to win. I want it to be a draw more than anything. By the end of the season, every team in the league will have recorded at least one win against us. Don't say that. Oh, I mean, when you look at it, it's not league winning stats. But then again, neither is Hearts, because Hearts have drawn 5 games all season. That's not runaway stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's Scottish football. I think the big question should be: is Scottish football going backwards? Is Scottish football going backwards in terms of, um, or was it a 20-year period where Celtic were completely dominant and better than everyone else? Is it a bit of a reality check now where Scottish football is? That Celtic have now decided to go backwards rather than forwards. Celtic have given it a bit of a level playing field. Now, people will say, well, Celtic have got 80 odd million in the bank. It's not a level playing field. Buying players at 5 million does not guarantee you success in Scottish football. Buying players at 5 million is just the going rate in today's market. When you look at the players that have been brought in for 5 million that are nowhere near the bench today, Mikael Ange Balak-Wisha, nowhere near the bench. Is he away with the? He's not away with the African Nations Cup, is he? It's only Tenecti. I mean, the fact that Balak-Wisha was brought in the summer, Tenecti was brought in the summer, he's not there. And then you look at all the players that are out injured. It's just 4-5-1 formation. I don't know. Is Rio leaving? Wouldn't surprise me. A lot of people saying Rio is trying to get a move away. Casper is hopeless. Gives me the fear. It gives everyone the fear. Shambles of formation and team selection. I don't know. I don't know how with the players that we have. I mean, what you would do is you would play. I mean, you could revert back to the 4-3-3 And we all wanted away from the 4-3-3. Martin O'Neill could maybe have went to a 4-4-2, but then we don't have the players to play 4-4-2. And until we get, I think it's just a case of let's get to the transfer window. Give someone to Casper. Oh, why on earth is Casper in goal today? This will come back to haunt us. Yeah, it's that bad, isn't it? What could possibly go wrong today? I hope the team doesn't get scale syndrome or Michael virus. Nancy's had more time with the players this week, so they'll be up to speed with his tactics. We played well against United in the first half. Now the players need the fans to back them. Will the fans back the players? I suppose if you're getting a reaction like we did at the first half against Dundee United, I'm not overly convinced. Celtic are going backwards. Yeah, I think Celtic are going backwards, and we've just went to the level that other teams are, which is a shame. Too many just happy winning the small pond of Scottish football. It's embarrassing so many Celtic posters are less ambitious than the board. First bit of worry, and they're pissing themselves. Oof. I'm with you on a big bit of that. Obviously, there are a lot of people, a lot of Celtic fans just want to win the league and win trebles. And whilst that's all good and fine, when you have no commitment to doing better in a European context, you had managers brought in like Ange Postecoglou to have a real good go at European football, to not make us contenders for the Champions League, but make us a team difficult to beat in the Champions League. You know, a team that could possibly get to the last 16 on an ongoing basis. That'd have been fine. If we were a team that got to the last 16 every year, nobody would be complaining. Because we know our position within the hierarchy of the Champions League, that you know it's the big guns that always come out towards the later stages, the time it gets to the last 8 and the last 4. On a good chance and by a lucky year, you might get to the last 8. You'd be punching way above your pay scale. You'd be punching way above your weight as Celtic to do that. But you need a good manager and a good board. We've had 2 good managers over the last 4 years, and those 2 managers have not managed to do to Celtic what the board brought them in to do. But then those 2 managers blame the board for not getting the players. We're just going around in circles, aren't we? It is crazy that we're just going around in circles with it. Never mind Scottish football, Celtic going backwards. Yeah, we are that. I've made peace with Hearts winning the league. Yeah. But as you said, that this Celtic team doesn't put fear into anyone. I think we would all disagree with that sense at the moment. Do you really think that we put fear into teams? Do you think that teams are seeing the lineup and fearing Celtic? I don't think so. It's all about opinions. I don't know. Today's worst game of losses since '53. I don't even want to. When you think about it, Arsenal are getting tanned in Europe. Yeah, that's that. Baltic Wishers at the African Nations Cup also. Well, there we go. Celtic going backwards. Other clubs are going forwards. Yeah, this is true. Ray coming on from Vietnam. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Baltic Wishers away. God, I mean, why are we bringing in these players? That it doesn't matter, doesn't it? Just there's no chance of teams in this league fear Celtic at the moment. Sarah with some common sense. Anyway, right, I am going to get ready for the live watch along. Make sure that you join me for the watch along. That will be fantastic. Thank you to the 3,265 people that have been on the live this afternoon. Thank you to Peter for his $10 super chat, and thank you to Nords Celtic. Where's the Nord Celtic one? I've just lost it. You idiot. Nord Celtic had us on in the pub in Oslo. So that was fantastic. I think the best bit of the day is probably the fact that I've been on a big, large screen in a pub in Oslo. If I was getting told to everyone, the whole 3 people in the pub, to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, because we are on a bit of a run at the moment, and we are sitting at 24,486 subscribers. Do we have the subs on this bit? No, we don't. We are sitting on 24,486 subscribers. We are trying to get to 25,000 before the end of the year. It's not going to happen, so we'll go for 25,000 before the end of the transfer window. 25,000. Can we get to that? We should be able to try and get to it by the end of the month. Let's just go for it. Let's get to 25k before the end of the month. On that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are around the world watching the game today. If you are watching the game, stick it on the telly. Get your phone on and make sure that you get the chat on. Join us with the chat. Don't sit alone and watch this absolute nightmare of a game. Hopefully Celtic get back to winning ways. Celtic once upon a time won 9-0 against Aberdeen in a December. Big shout out to Celtic Girl. She gets the last comment. I hope you're at hospital and everything's okay with you. Merry Christmas, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas. If I don't see you, I will see you before, because there's days to go yet, isn't there? But anyway, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world.